I'm going to introduce you now to a gentleman who's going to lead off the evening, who knows that you can make any change and make any difference you want if you have the intestinal fortitude, if you have the commitments, as Dan Gable said, if you've got the guts to make it happen. This individual graduated from Rutgers University at the age of 20 with a double degree in economics and philosophy. When you meet him, you'll figure that out. When I first read it, before I met him, I said, he was pondering numbers? I don't know. No, but he's a brilliant guy. Oh, by the way, he also graduated with the Mr. Rutgers bodybuilding title, so just don't piss him off either. No, I'm just kidding. Great guy. However, he took all of that passion and immediately launched into his career. A 10-year career on Wall Street, but not just a trader on Wall Street. That would have been boring and average. He specialized in the 24-hour global currency markets. There was no moment for rest. After 10 years in the 24-hour world, though he had become extremely successful with the birth of his first child, he said, I need things to change a little. So he started his first traditional business. He owned businesses with employee payroll and benefits, built a very successful business, sold that, went on to own insurance companies that were very successful, title insurance. He had been approached dozens of times by people about network marketing. And his comment to them was, I will never do network marketing. Here was someone who was extremely successful financially, very powerful in the business world. And we all talk about the need to sponsor up, but so many people are terrified to do so. Why? They're not going to shoot your dog. They're not going to come, shoot you. Why don't you take that shot? Because you know something? It's always about timing, opportunity. It's always about timing and moment and specific, unique circumstance. In 2009, after dozens of times, the world had changed. Real estate market had collapsed. Mortgage industry had collapsed. Title insurance wasn't where it was or where it had been. And someone approached an incredibly successful, dynamically powerful businessman who had always been negative and said, I want to show you something. And at that moment, he was finally willing to look. And he said, for the first time, he saw what he'd never seen. He got it. And he attacked network marketing with the same way he had attacked everything in his life, flat out, committing all the way. And he rose to a position of earning a six-figure income monthly in his first year. Now, let me tell you something. It doesn't mean he's the one-hit wonder. It meant that this individual represents the future of network marketing. The world in which we live has made such a dramatic shift, and it is never going back. It is a new world, and it is the emergence of this convergence of those from traditional business who always may have had an opinion, but if the moment's right, and if your attitude and belief is correct, we have an opportunity to attract a level of professionalism that raises the professionals of who we are. And here's someone who's going to talk to you about that from his personal experience. He is truly a coach and a mentor. He is a tremendous individual. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet. Mr. Joe Occhio.
Thanks, brother. Great job, brother. Thank you, thank you. And congratulations for being here. Congratulations to coming to Las Vegas. Congratulations for getting here on time right now. How many people had a guest or two that they thought would come and kind of canceled? Right, good thing we wouldn't have room for them all. So my story, Curtis told you a little bit about it. I started out on Wall Street, and I was very successful at that. I did this, that, and the other thing. But the reason why I'm actually standing here tonight was from about 11 months ago. I was at this event last year. It was in November of last year. And I sat somewhere over there. But I came a few days early. I came to the six-figure and seven-figure summit that they had a few days earlier. How many people are members of that? Right, great. So I said, okay, I'm a seven-figure guy, and my partner's a seven-figure guy. One of my best friends is a seven-figure guy. Let's go. We had a couple of six-figure guys. So let's go a few days early and learn from the best of the best. So I came, and we just, and I had my little tag, and it said seven-figure earner. And you know those people who just love network marketing? They're like network marketing, junkies, almost like People magazine. Like, how come I don't know who you are? How come I don't know your name? You're a 7-figure earner. I go, yeah. Last year? I go, well, the last 4 years. Really? Well, how long have you been in the business? 4.5 years. I'm like, wait a minute. Who are you? I said, well, I don't know. I'm just a guy from New Jersey who got busy. So we're telling, and then people, and they, hey, God, come here, you got to hear this story. So what exactly did you do? I said, well, I just, I told them my story. I'll come back to it in a little bit. But basically, I just said, I'm going to show this business to 1,000 people as fast as I can. And I said, and they tell me this story, I don't think I've ever heard of anyone, making that kind of money in the first year, unless they came from another organization and brought 50,000 people with them, some kind of coup. But to start from scratch and no experience at all, I said, well, I heard about it. I did a couple of fits and starts, but honestly, I never had any real respect for the business. And I didn't think you could make any real money. And eventually, I just said, you know what, let's go for it. So my decision was made over there, piece of paper, gonna be on stage next year. Now, how do I do that? How do I get on that stage? Well, I could get Eric's attention. Right? I mean, we all know what Eric Worre. Eric Worre happens to have 1 million friends, so how is he going to actually pay attention to me? I said, I got to write this, I got to tell my story, I got to write a book. If I could write the book and get it to Eric, that'll help me get here next year. So that's what I did. And if you notice, I was not an English major. I struggled to get C's in English, but I figured out a way to write the book to tell the story. Now, I told the story because people convinced me that this story needs to be told. So ultimately, what I want to tell you guys tonight is that there's people like me out there, people you don't think would be interested in network marketing, or say no 50 times over 25 years, and then finally say, I get it. Now, it didn't take me 11 months to get here on this stage. It didn't take me 5 years of network marketing to get me here. It's taken me over 20 years to get to this point, and I'll tell you why. About 22, 23 years ago, my colleague sitting next to me in Wall Street started telling me about Anthony Robbins. And I'm like, the guy with the big teeth on television at night? He's like, dude, you gotta check it out. So he started giving me the tapes, and I started listening to them. And I was completely fascinated by personal development. I didn't even know it existed. I never heard of Napoleon Hill. I never heard of Think and Grow. I never heard of any of this. And I studied some philosophy in college, and I was always intrigued by these deep thinkers. But I thought people like Henry Ford, Thomas Edison would just, right place, right time. Had no idea there's an art, there's a skill to this business. There's a skill to success. And that's how I really got here. It took 20 years of personal development to get here. So there's people out there that are developing themselves every day. So ultimately, what this business is, this whole journey of network marketing, you're with the same company for 30 years, you switched a few times, ultimately, it's on you to become a bigger and better person. You heard Mr. Proctor talk about the law of compensation. You're gonna get paid exactly the value you're worth, the value you deliver. So that's why I wanted to be here tonight. 11 months ago, I said, I want to be on that stage because evidently I have a story that hasn't been told, or maybe it has. I can't be the only guy to make 6 figures in less than a year from scratch. I'm sure they're out there. But if that story needs to be told, I want to tell it. Because I know the more people I help, the better everyone's going to be. See, there's certain things I can't explain, but I just know they work. Like my phone, or the internet, or Google. You type in, how do I get to, and it pops up. Do I really need to know how that actually works? No, it's a tool that I use to get me where I need to go. So one of the tools I've learned is the more you give, the more you get. So you can almost say, like Immanuel Kant would say, I'm up here, he's a philosopher from the 1800s, boring stuff. I'm here for selfish reasons. I'm here because the more lives I change, the better life I'll have. So, I grew up in Staten Island, New York. Anybody from New York, New Jersey? Land of the skeptics. What are you doing now? You're gonna get arrested. My dad was a New York City police detective. He used to actually lock up real pyramid scams. So, I mean, in New Jersey, New York area, there were real pyramid scams. Come show up at $500 in an envelope, hand it to the guy. Get 5 more guys. I mean, my God, who in the right mind would think that's legal? So that's where I grew up, and that's what I had to deal with. So I was kind of a victim of that too. And I try to keep myself open-minded. I was always into personal development. And I would see these network marketing people, you know, the Amway guys and all these people from the 80s. God bless these people. How you made money in the 70s and 80s before the internet, I don't know how. I mean, it's amazing to me, honestly. But now, guys, we live in a day and age where this is the business of the future. This is it. There's no reason why you can't make $1 million a day from your phone. Think about it. Even in the 5 years I've been in this business, I mean, most of the times what I do is show videos. I keep showing videos. I'm sure every company here has a video, a 2-minute video, a 5-minute video, a testimonial video, an inspirational YouTube video. All you gotta do is take your phone out, you know, put in some earbuds and say, hey, check this out, it's my new business. That's the world we live in. Even 5 years ago, that wasn't that easy because the Wi-Fi wasn't as good, the 4G wasn't as good. So what are you really trying to do? You're just trying to show a video and open someone's mind. So what happened was, I'm in Wall Street, and my last year there, long story short, technology was my enemy. Technology, and I'm sure a lot of people have a similar story, actually was putting me out of a job. And my last year, I did 10 years, I mean, I was making $250,000 at the age of 24. And my rent, because I had 2 buddies from college, my rent was like $400 a month. And I couldn't even spend money because I had a corporate credit card. So it was like I was living a fantasy world. And some of my buddies who are here, you know, tonight, you know, real smart people, I'm talking about like, you know, lawyers and, you know, straight A students, like, how the hell is he making all this money? He wasn't even a good student. I don't know. I just kind of started figuring it out. Tony Robbins. You know, so for the rest of my life, I'm going to say, how about Tony Robbins? But of course, it's not just Tony. Tony just opened my eyes to Jim Rohn and all the other legends. And that's what I did in my spare time. Spent my time developing myself. And that's what I love about this business. It's a direct correlation to how much time you put in. And even my kids sometimes, my teen is like, oh, Dad, I put on a Jim Rohn tape. I heard this 3, 4, 5 times already. I go, oh, really? I go, how many times do you think I heard it? And you listen to your favorite songs over and over again. Why can't I hear Jim Rohn say something again and again? So my last year on Wall Street, I worked a lot harder, made less money. I'm done. I cannot live in an environment where you cap my salary. Can't happen. I have to be in a place where I'm paid what I'm worth, what I think I'm worth, or what I can eventually achieve. Didn't know about network marketing. So I started a payroll and benefits company. Didn't know anything about that either. But I found a human resources guy who was a friend of mine, and we took off. I worked 60, 70, 80 hours a week. Mortgaged my house. Drove a lime green Toyota Corolla for $99 a month. We had 2 newborns. Square peg in a round hole, made it work. How'd I get through it? Personal development. Made it happen. So I sold that to my partner and a couple other private investors, and we went into title insurance. with my partner Frank. And this is 2003, when the mortgage boom was going on. And I'm actually doing the payroll for a title agency. And I looked at this guy's check, I'm going, this guy made how much last year? This guy's an idiot. If that guy, I mean, swear, we used to make fun of this guy. He couldn't even finish a thought, and he made, I said, we gotta go into this business. So I'm not good at title insurance. I didn't know, I'm an entrepreneur who happened to be doing title. So we start title insurance, things are rocking and rolling. And along the way, while business was still good, a friend of mine calls me up, one of my great business friends, one of my mentors, a gentleman who's in the room, his name is Bob. He used to actually work with Anthony Robbins. He was partners with him. He's one of the few people on the planet that knew Anthony Robbins' technology better than me. So I always respect him. We keep in touch. Calls me up. He was doing seminars, sales seminars to the public. He was doing for Fortune 50 companies. Every once in a while, he'd do a public one. I'd go to it. I'd bring my sales team. And he goes, Joe, I got something I want to talk to you about. I want to show you a business opportunity. Honestly, I was just happy to see him. Yeah, come on up. So he drives to my office in Morristown, New Jersey. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a 4-family house to invest in. Because I know he was investing in real estate. I thought maybe it was a strip mall or something. You know, we're trying to raise some money, you're going to invest together. And he tells me it's network marketing. And I felt like, oh, he just crushed me. I was like, no, say it isn't so. Come on, not you. Here's a guy up on a pedestal, and he's telling me a story, and I had an epiphany, Joe. Network marketing was the answer. And I'm like, oh, no. And so I'm like, how do I end this meeting? How do I get out of here? So he goes, you know, try the product, watch this DVD tonight. You promise me to watch this DVD tonight? I'll watch it. I didn't watch it that night. And honestly, that's not like me. If I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. But I think subconsciously, I kind of blocked out the whole meeting. I didn't want, I'm like, damn, this guy, one of the last few guys I really respect, now he's like, fell off the pedestal. So he calls me the next day, and what does he say? Something like, we're all, pretty amazing, huh? I'm like, honestly, Bob, I could have said I watched it, wasn't interested. I said, I didn't watch it. No, dude, that's not how we operate. That's not our relationship. And I'm like, I know, listen, save your breath. I will never do network marketing. And that was it. 6 months later, the mortgage industry crashes. So now I'm looking. Some guy says, I want to show you something. It's network marketing. I'm like, I'll listen. If it's good enough for my mentor, right, maybe it's good enough for me, and honestly, I need to do something right now. So I took a chance. We looked at it. My partner and I, we decided to do this. So who's the first guy I call? My buddy Bob. Hey, Bob, I had an epiphany too. You're the first guy I thought of. And he said something like, why don't you go jump in the lake? But it's from New Jersey, so whatever he really said, I can't tell you what he said. But it was like something beep, 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 click. I knew it was coming, but I worked on him. But we got to work. We got to work, and we started showing videos. Now, I worked out, little did I know, I got involved with a company that was 9 months old. 9 months old. I didn't know any better. I just liked it. I was ready. The light went on, we were ready, we needed something. We were paying payroll. Our payroll was like $40,000 a month to pay our staff. We weren't making any money. We were borrowing money from our house to pay the payroll because we thought next month we'd get busy again. That's a typical entrepreneur. So this business, couple $100, show some videos, we went all in. We went all in, and I showed the video to 150, 250 people as fast as I could. And again, it wasn't as easy as it is today because you'd be at a hotel and it'd be spinning and spinning, or well, I'm sorry, hold on, pause. And it still worked. People thought I was crazy getting involved in a baby company. They didn't have a corporate video, so I made it myself. Me and a couple of guys on our team. So anyway, the point I want to make, guys, in closing, is that I'm only here because of the people on my team. Okay? It's a leadership business. It's a personal development business disguised as network marketing. How many people know somebody who's still only making a few $100s a month, but they're happy as hell? Right? How many people in this room have people come to them and say, you know what? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. This business has saved my marriage, saved my mortgage, right? That's what this business does. See, when I worked on Wall Street, I was just buying low, selling high, trying to save up as much money as I could and go on a nice vacation. This business, the more people you help, the more people you develop, the better off the whole world's gonna be. So we're in a time now where commercials on TV, I fast forward those damn things as fast as I can. How are people gonna get products to us? We still talk to our 15, 20 best friends, high school, college, buddies, wedding party. They can always get my attention. But you see, this journey started 20 years ago when I started working on me. So when I decided to have a meeting and say, I'm working on something, I'm rolling something out, I'm trying something new, I'm having a lunch meeting, I want you to be there, we invited 15, 20 people. 50 people showed up. 50. Why? Because Joe asked them to come, maybe go in partners with him on something. So, if you're not there yourself yet, work on it. When you're on an airplane flying home, listen to a tape, a video, something that's gonna grow your mind. If you don't know somebody, if you're not somebody there just yet, here's the best thing, guys. You want people like me in your business. You get 3 or 4 of me, you're done. You can retire, right? 75% of the leaders in my business, 75% of the leaders, give or take, obviously I'm nothing without them, have never done network marketing before. Never. So it's not about the people that bounce from business to business. Yeah, it's a nice little head start. They understand the concept, they understand the business, okay? But go after that traditional businessman who always seems to figure it out, who has that nice house, who seems a little too comfortable, who you think never in a million years would he be interested in this business. Show him the video anyway. Tell him why you're doing the business. Don't tell him why he's working so hard. Don't tell him, aren't you tired of your 2-hour commute? Tell him that you got to put 5 kids through college, and I just need a favor. I need 15 minutes of your time to show you my business plan. Would you please do me that? So guys, there's people out there like me. This is the future of the industry. We are going to sign up 5 million other people who right now would never in a million years see themselves on this stage. So get out there, guys. Keep learning and keep growing. Thank you.